Incoming transmission. The Stank Space podcast contains vulgar language and mature topics. So if you're a kid, turn your ears off. And make sure your elderly Christian grandmother is not listening. End of transmission.
Okay. Hello. Hi. Welcome to Stank Space.
Jillian has a gun pointed at me, and I'm not allowed to talk above this volume.
Jared just came in to steal his Polar Pop back.
Still not sponsored, by the way?
Not
Pretty pissed
sponsored.
about that. Pretty
We're doing a...
Do you guys tweet at Circle K?
Yeah, just tweeting a circle. We're doing a sitting down and painting.
But you can't see us.
Intoxicated.
Intoxicated. Listen. Every once in a while, you just gotta pick some mushrooms you find growing in the forest and eat them. And see what happens. And
Right.
then while you do that, you record yourself.
Yep. So, I don't even know what... We didn't really come in with anything to talk about, but I know you're drawing a alien, right?
I don't know what I'm
Or
drawing,
a
Jillian.
galaxy?
I don't know what I'm drawing.
You know?
But I do
thought
know
you
what
told
I want
me.
to talk about.
What?
You may have heard, because we've definitely talked about it already a little bit. But there's a very special person in Florida right now.
Are we talking
running
about...
around with a golden mullet of justice. Dressed in all black.
Does
Who
his
is
name rhyme with fog? Lounty Monkey?
Yeah, but you could have just said, "Is it Dog the Bounty?" You just
No.
say, "Fog the Lounty Munter." That's weird.
I asked a question. I
Well-
was trying to be like nice and fun, and you just ruined it.
Well, that's what you get for trying to be funny, okay?
completely.
But yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter is in Florida. He's hunting down Brian Laundrie. His daughter has said on Twitter that it's a publicity stunt. How do you feel about it? Do you think a celebrity bounty hunter should be involved in an FBI case? And do you think the FBI dropping the ball 45 times makes it okay for him to be down there? Because I guess another big thing is he's not sharing any of his leads with the FBI.
So here's what I think.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think. Here's what I hear. What I think.
The bounty hunter
Uh-huh.
can do whatever the fuck he wants. If the feds are dropping the ball, They do that all the time. Like, we need to start...
The feds are
fucking-
dropping the ball, guys.
We like the internet
Has been holding their hand.
heroes? What do they call it? The internet sleuths.
Armchair detective
Yeah,
is
armchair
my
detective.
phrase.
They kind of nail shit sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. There's been a lot of unsolved cases figured out due to peeps on the internet with nothing to do.
Yeah.
Been a few Netflix docs about it. Like Don't Fuck with Cats or something.
Don't fuck with cats. I haven't seen it because I'm just like...
It's a doc, and it's about this lady who tracks down this guy who murdered cats. Turns out he was also a killer. And she helped the police from, like, across the world. Like, they were in the UK or some shit, I think. And then the peeps were in America. But they started, like, this group. And they, like, got all this information about this guy. Because he was posting videos of him killing kittens.
Mm-hmm.
And they essentially helped aid detectives in catching him as a murderer, a human murderer. He killed humans. And I probably got some of that wrong, but that's the gist of it.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and it's titled
Imagine
Don't Fuck
being
with Cats.
like, I hate this guy for murdering animals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find him.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
He's killed
people. Women. Yeah, for real.
and I'm
brutally
up in his
too.
face.
I think dismemberment was involved. Like chopping up bodies and shit.
Don't do that. Hey, if you're a murderer, don't do that.
Yeah.
I really don't think that's cool.
It's really
Like,
not cool to murder.
Like, just bury them.
You guys.
Bury them, put something on top. Like a endangered flower or something so they can't touch it.
Ah, the meme, yes.
Yeah,
How to get away with a murderer.
I mean, obviously, it's not working.
Yeah.
tearing the bodies up is not working for a lot of these guys. But you have to think about how many serial killers have gotten away with it. Like, have we only found a small percentage of...
You mean, have we only caught the shitty ones?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess hypothetically speaking, there probably is, like, in today, the reason we're catching old serial killers that got away with it forever ago is because the technology is always advancing, right?
Right.
So, like, eventually, you know, a lot of guys that got away with it aren't. Like, for example, they've just, quote-unquote, announced that they think they know who the Zodiac Killer is.
Oh, yeah, I don't
But
think
there's
it
also a lot
is.
of info being like, yo, this was done incorrectly by this shady guy, so maybe we shouldn't believe it. But, you know, even shitty people can solve a murder, you know?
I mean,
But I don't think Jack the Ripper will ever be caught.
No.
No. It's too long ago. It's like way, way too long ago. I think they would have caught him by now. But that just adds to the intrigue of it. That adds to the good mystery factor. Is there are people who've dedicated their lives to figuring out who the fuck Jack the Ripper was. I think it was a lady.
You think Jack the Ripper was a lady?
Well, yeah, because those are the only people that they didn't, like, women weren't expected to be able to do that sort of thing back in the day, but we all know that, like, women commit murders. Right. And it was all hookers that were killed by him. And the killer understood the female anatomy, but it was never proven to be this they had a doctor as a suspect.
Yeah.
And a butcher too.
A doctor and a butcher.
Yeah, but they were never, like, proven to be these dudes. So, like, I mean, I don't know who knows female anatomy more than a female. So
maybe a female doctor knows more about
that. Definitely was not back then. I mean, there could have been female doctors, maybe.
You might be right.
But I feel like it'd be very rare if you were a lady doctor back in the day of prominent, you know, like, questionability. It's probably hard to become a doctor as a woman, a surgeon as a woman.
Prominent questionability. Sounds like something somebody has said in a court once.
Wow, are you roasting me right now?
No.
You're roasting me.
No, just like...
Jillian, you never roast me. Keep going.
No, stop.
Destroy me.
No, I just mimic because I'm weird. I have weird tendencies.
Yeah. Well, everyone heard it here.
I am strange.
I'm straight.
I'm strange.
I'm not gay.
I'm not gay anymore, Dad.
Dad, love me. Hi, Dad. I don't know if you're listening. I almost said his full name, you know, in the weird way that I like to do with people that I know. Where I'll say their full name, but it's like, don't do that. Not on the internet.
Not on the internet.
Yeah, I do this thing where I call people by their first and last name sometimes. Just, I don't know. Is that weird? I think I got it from, like, my coaches and shit.
Like, if it's something silly, yeah. Like, because, like, I get that.
I can't do it on the podcast to give an example. Or, no, I can. Like, just a hypothetical person that I don't know. If I was just like, hey there, Brian Henderson. Mm-hmm. And then they'd be like, yep, that's me, but I'm just Brian. And I'd be like, Brian Henderson.
Brian Henderson.
Yeah.
Brian Henderson.
Well, I guess I could use Connor's name. Be like, I call him Connor Stank all the time. Or Sir. I call him Sir.
Don't use it.
I'm reinforcing gender stereotypes, Jillian.
What if someone really hates us? What if Keemstar?
Keemstar? Are you going to hurt my baby, Keemstar? You got to wait till he's 19.
They have a child? Call CPS now.
Could you imagine?
Let me email CPS.
That's how we know we made it. When Keemstar calls CPS on me.
This child is in danger.
Oh, no. You
Okay.
better call the police. I don't know. I feel like Keemstar would do some shit like that.
They would... I mean...
How do you think he's doing right now? I think he's all right.
Keemstar?
He's probably living life. Hey, Keem.
He might be... I think he might be a little sad right now.
Why?
Because his ruse is falling apart.
His ruse. Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Well,
Tell me about
it's just-
Keemstar's ruse.
Well, this,
What happened specifically?
Obviously,
We always talk about YouTubers, so you know.
He's just trying to. He's a pretty narcissistic person. I don't understand if YouTube is just
I
a
don't
big fucking
understand why I'm
show.
still getting hate. Why am I still
Exactly.
getting hate?
That exactly.
Can you really hate somebody though that like has given so many solid sound clips to the internet?
Yeah, fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah. Alex is you know, bad word. How quickly people forget about that.
Well, I mean, I don't
Isn't
think
that
people
weird?
want to think about that.
Well, no one wants to think about Keemstar saying the N-word, but he still did it.
Yeah.
And it's not like he did it like PewDiePie, which, I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter how you do it. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But, it was very different contexts. Keem was actively hating someone of another race and using the racial slur. Whereas in Pewds was, just had a gamer moment. Oh, no.
I don't believe
People love
you.
us, Jill, don't you know?
Yes.
I get people coming up to me all the time. Hey, aren't you the dude that does the podcast with his sister?
When you went to Jersey.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, where's the gabagool? I can say that. I'm
Can I
Italian,
sing?
guys. I'm not racist.
Can I sing TikTok parodies? I think I can.
I don't know. What are they going to do?
Tony
Sue us?
Soprano.
Tony Soprano's great.
Lived
Don't
on
disrespect the king.
in the pool. Loves gabagool.
Loves gabagool. It's true. Plays with ducks and everything. Tony and those damn ducks.
There's some pretty good they-them TikToks that
Yeah.
are pretty funny.
Yeah. The internet calls them traps, which
Like
I don't
a
think
good
it's a trap.
neighbor, they-them is there.
I don't really agree with that phrase, you know? Like,
Traps?
yeah. I guess I get it in the sense that it's used for where it's like, oh, you think this is a beautiful woman, and then she turns around and happens to have a large penis. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I mean, if she still identifies as a lady, then she's just a hot lady with a dick, right? We're not assigning genitals to gender.
Yeah.
We're not Republicans.
Are you a Republican?
We don't believe in science, okay, Jillian? We believe in liberal logic.
We don't believe in science.
That's a joke, guys. I believe in science. I'm just one of those people that I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck about what?
Gender and pronoun, like, call yourself whatever the fuck you want, man. I don't fucking care, you know?
Kind
like,
of science.
Yeah, like, I'm not about people being like, you can't call yourself what you want, and I'm going to do everything in my power to fucking stop you. But I'm also not on the side of people that are like, you have to call me what I fucking say you have to call me, or it's fuck you, and I'm going to do everything in my power to stop you.
Fucked up.
Because listen, this is the world.
Yeah.
And the world is not fair, and it's not fun, and it's not easy. And there are going to be people that respect your pronouns and treat you nicely. And then there's going to be cunts. And what matters is how you respond to those people being cunts.
Right.
There are some cases where they deserve to get the shit beat out of them, in my humble opinion.
In my very
Like, if
humble
you're
opinion.
carrying tiki torches around the neighborhood and all wearing some weird American version of a Nazi uniform, which is for some reason khakis and a polo, the least coolest fucking uniform ever. But if you're doing that shit and you're harassing people and you're saying like black people suck or like gay people suck or like whatever the fuck or trans people suck, then and like you're eliciting fear and using your power as a group, using your voice to like physically harm people,
Yeah.
like drive through a crowd of people in your car, then yeah, you should probably be drug out of your car and beat the shit. Like, I won't care if you get drugged out of your car and you have your shit stomped in. Like, I won't give a fuck about, like, yeah, you deserve that.
It's
But
not a threat, but
if someone walks by and they say something mean and you respond by beating the shit out of them, you're kind of the worst person because you're letting them win by you reacting with violence, and B, like, there are better ways to prove that person being wrong. If you're getting attacked, like if you're getting spit on or some shit's getting thrown at you, beat their fucking ass. Go for it. But if they're just saying mean shit, for me personally, I don't believe in responding with violence to someone saying mean shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
If someone's on your property and they're saying mean shit and they refuse to leave your property, then hip-hoppity, defend your property by all means. But if someone is in a public space and you're in a public space and they like I only ever dated one dude. It was in high school. It was for a few months. I got called a faggot a lot. And it made me very fucking angry. Mm-hmm. But I never thought to respond to that with like like it was in school, so I never thought to like fight somebody in school over that. And like if you do, that's fine, but then you also have to be prepared for the consequences, which I guess is what I'm saying in the long run. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really matter what I agree with or not. You have to be prepared to deal with the consequences of whatever you do, whether you're the piece of shit or you're the person beating up the piece of shit.
Yeah.
Because this is America, and we're allowed to say what we want, even if it's shitty. But you have to be prepared for the consequences of what you say and what you do. So, you heard it here first, folks. A very convoluted, long-winded version of me saying you punch someone if you want, but just be prepared for what happens.
Yes.
And that I'm okay with it because it matters what I feel, how I feel about it, Jillian. That's what matters, you know?
Well, the thing is, there's Karens out there
that
aren't prepared.
To get rocked?
To get rocked,
yeah,
right?
Racist, anti-trans Karens. Dave Chappelle's not anti-trans, though. I'm saying that right now. Comedy is subjective. Comedy is commentary viewed through a lens.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle is not anti-trans.
I haven't been up on that very much.
So he has said some shit in the past, but it's if you watch the comedy specials and like you understand like what he's talking about, which is very plain because he's talking very openly and honestly, the majority of it is he's making jokes not at the expense of trans people, but about trans people in the same way that you would make jokes about anyone. Mm-hmm. And he's also being very open and honest with the fact that he's a straight man and he doesn't understand it. And he's able to find humor in that, at least to me, and to anyone with a fucking functioning brain who understands what he's joking about. And again, you don't have to crack up at a joke to agree with it, you know, or vice versa. Like a joke can be bad. You could be like, that sucked. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that at the end of this, he's getting a lot of heat right now because in this special he focuses on the heat that he has received in the past, and he ends the special on basically like a 30-ish minute piece about his friend who was a trans woman performer. He doesn't misgender her at all, but she was a trans comedian who was hilarious, and she ended up committing suicide because of the bullying she received on Twitter from the trans community, the LGBTQ community, because she defended him. And that's why he's like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, if you don't practice what you preach, I could give a shit less about your opinion. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and that's what he was saying. Like, if you really know me, you know that I'm not, I'm allowed to openly think and openly make fun of these things. He's not singling out someone with hatred. It's kind of like when Daniel Tosh talked about or made jokes about women, and then women got really upset. And it was like, he jokes about everyone. You're just singling out the jokes about women. Not the one time. Like, it's not like his entire career is built on shitting on women. That's the thing. You're singling out the one joke, and then they make it, that's what it's about. And, again, you don't have to like jokes. There are comedians I don't like. I cannot do Jeff Dunham. I don't know how people find him funny. Like, some of his puppets are funny. Some of his bits are funny. But him as a comedian overall, like, I've watched his specials, and I've been like, okay. It's not something I've been cracking up at. Donald Glover, fucking hilarious. And then he went on to become, like, a Oscar-winning musician and shit. And an actor and all that. Who?
Gumps Johnson.
Who's Gumps Johnson?
Gus Johnson.
Oh, yeah, no, I love Gus. I know him. I know him personally. That's why I call him Gus.
No. You do not.
No, I don't know him. I want to, though. I think he is phenomenally hilarious. Same with Shane Topp. But let's be real. Everyone here knows that I just want Shane Topp to out of me, like, if we're being 100% honest.
There's a couple people who were not aware of that.
Oh, hey, guys. I want Shane Topp to top me, and I'm sure that's the first time that joke has ever been made.
And yeah, never once before, not even.
Do you think he'll get offended if he ever hears that joke, though?
No, I don't think so. I think he'd probably think it is annoying. I'm sure people say it too.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
I hope so. Shane, if you ever hear this in the future,
time, and you hear
my joke about how I want Shane Topp to top me, and you think it's annoying, it is now like, you have to tell me. If we know each other somehow, if you have the ability to talk to me, and you hear this, you better tell me if you thought it was annoying or if you thought it was funny.
No.
Jillian's betting money on you'd be annoyed.
I'm betting on nothing.
Oh, that is a good one. Like, your last name, did you have any people that made fun of your last name? My last name is...
Where did that come from?
Because his last name, I'm sure he's heard that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I'm saying, like, our last name, like Stanko, is so easy to rip on. I've heard everything. But, like, you also go by Lawver.
Lawver.
Yeah, I would say the majority of your life.
I didn't get much, but
there's not really anything you can do with it, you know?
That's because there was other kids in my class that
like
had
someone that had
better names.
Pettis?
Yeah.
Pennis,
like,
could you imagine your last name's Pennis? Oh my god.
It was one guy. I think, what was his name?
I think you legally changed
your
name.
It was, I'm not going to say his name, but it's, his last name was Phelan.
Phelan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Epic
like,
Phelan. Fucking idiots, yeah. No. Mine was always some variation of Stank Ho.
Really?
Yeah. So it was like, it'd be like Stanky Ho, Stanky Bro, Skank Ho, Skank O, you know, shit like that. My favorite was I was at this house party and they put on Stacy's mom, but they all sang Stanko's mom. And I was like, if you guys knew what my mom looked like in real life, none of you would be singing this song. Love you, Mom.
No, yeah,
You're not
no
a looker,
offense.
Mom. Let's be real. My mom's got a gap in her fucking teeth. You could fit 2 quarters. You could fit
Stop
2 quarters through that
roasting
shit.
your mom.
That's my go-to roast. It pisses her off the most. But she roasts me back. She's the only person I know that's ever called me a wop.
A wop?
Yeah, that's a rude term for an Italian. She's called me a greasy wop. She's called me a dago, another rude term for an Italian. It's like, geez, Mom. But yeah, my mom's rude to me. She makes me laugh though. Her fucking humor is so stupid. It's so cringe. She's
you
like,
see that?
oh, that's a lot of red G. That's a lot of red G. That's a lot of red G. That's a lot of red G.
It's a lot of red.
You? Do you need this? Guys, Jillian just spilled red paint all over my white Valentino bag.
No, do you care if this thing gets dirty?
I mean, I don't give a shit. It's been our tablecloth for like
5 years.
the beginning, yeah. For like since the beginning.
I just tossed
Yeah, that's your new attitude now too. Everyone should congratulate Jill on that.
What?
Your new fucking what I want matters more than what you want, motherfucker attitude. Like, I love it so much. Not in a bad way. No. Not in a bad way. I'm just very under the influence right now. You know
I did
saying?
not do that.
No, you don't give a shit about what people think more. That's a better way to put it. Yeah, you're like, I could give a fuck less what you care about.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it doesn't matter what you come in like The Rock. You'd be like, and what's your name? To someone complaining about you, and then they go to answer your name, and then you rip the microphone from them and you yell, it doesn't matter what your name is. Iconic. That's your new attitude now.
Okay.
The majority of the time.
Do that.
No, that's what you're already doing. You dork.
Discontinued.
No.
Yeah.
You should continue to do that.
No, I'm discontinuing you talking.
Oh. That's fantastic. I'm going to use that more often instead of just telling someone to shut the fuck up. Just be like, discontinue.
I'm discontinuing.
Discontinue.
I'm discontinuing this.
I'm abandoning this mission. I'm retreating.
It's time
from this
for break time,
conversation.
guys.
Oh my gosh, it is.
It's time for break time.
Jill, is that paint knocked over right there by your phone?
Where?
Down
Yeah,
right
it is, but it's capped.
It's capped.
All right. You know what is cap also? That it's break time right now.
Hey everyone, welcome to break time. Make sure you get some water and some snacks and maybe something else that you want. I got a new mic, and do you like how it sounds? Question mark. Can you maybe leave a comment about how good it is or how bad it is? Maybe. Okay, the episode now, back again at it.
Oh no.
On table.
Martimo. That is our favorite meme right now.
It's pretty solid. I just like the reason it's
welcome
popular.
Back from the break. I don't know what I'm doing for the break anymore. Like, I'm just gonna wing.
Whatever you guys heard,
swing.
that's what we're doing for the break.
Yeah. So
We're about
we'll
halfway
just
through
say we're-
Backcountry
yeah,
right now.
Halfway through our paintings. We gotta finish.
You don't
the
get that
episode.
reference because you don't watch movies.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said we're halfway through Backcountry right now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Have you ever seen or heard or read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. No.
It is written by arguably my favorite, I guess you could call him a journalist because he wrote for papers and shit, but Hunter S. Thompson was just this absolute beautiful nut job of a human being who also happened to be one of the best fucking writers ever.
Okay.
And he would get paid by newspapers to go cover shit, like, you know, like that's his job, I guess, as a journalist. And he would go, like, I think Fear and Loathing, he was supposed to cover, like, this crazy, weird, out in the desert hippie race that was happening, like everyone's in, like, a motorcycle or a fucking buggy or some shit, and they're out in the desert just doing shit. And he did that, and then he got super fucked up. And then, like, the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas story is, like, him and his drug dealers' adventures of, like, just getting incredibly high in Las Vegas and, like, dealing with that. And it's written through the lens of a man who, like, would wake up, consume alcohol and drugs. And when I mean drugs, I don't mean, like, pot. I mean, like, a lot of pot also, but, like, cocaine was his drug. That was, like, his marijuana, like, to me, if you want to associate that. He did a lot of cocaine every day. That's a better way to fucking say it. And then, but he would also do, like, acid and shrooms and just, like, tons of shit. And then he would stay up for hours on end, and then he would write while he was up on hour, like, sleep deprived, insane amounts of drugs, and he would come up with this, like.
And he would just make great movies?
It was no. The movies were made after he died, and he did die.
I knew he would.
Yeah. Oh no, he fucking died. But no, the movies came after that. And what happened? What's funny though is that Johnny Depp played him in the movie that was made of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and Johnny Depp knew him. They were very close friends. Johnny Depp shot his ashes out of a cannon. Johnny Depp was friends with him, right? So, like, Johnny Depp plays him in this movie, and it's, like, I guess the closest depiction anyone could ever make of what this human being was fucking like. But even still, not even fucking close. This dude was, like, a fucking enigma. And I think I like him so much because, like, that's who I wish I could be. Just this dude who's wild and free all the fucking time and, like, can do whatever he wants and doesn't give a shit about how society views him through their scope. He got in a gunfight with his fucking neighbor in California, like across acres. They were just shooting their gun, and that's filmed. That is filmed. That has been recorded and filmed. You can find it on YouTube of him just shooting at his fucking neighbor, talking about how much he loves the Second Amendment. He's like, they're trying to kill each other.
Oh my god, dude.
He's like, I love America because this is what you can fucking you can do in it and shit. Yeah, but no, he's fucking just a beautiful human being. A very unique, someone that I would love to interview, you know?
Yeah.
Because everyone knows I want to be Joe Rogan. So.
I'm excited for your next interview.
My next interview.
Yeah. Whoever you bring on next.
Yeah, no,
Might be Blake again.
Yeah, it might be Blake
I've
again.
heard.
It'll probably be Blake again, but there's a few choices. One of which that you don't like.
Don't think it would be a good time.
Take your anger, use it as a weapon. You know, the Sith did it. It worked pretty well for them. For a long time, actually.
For a very long time.
If you think about it, the Sith kind of won in overall dominance over the good side of the Force, the Jedi.
Want to know what's super funny, though?
Let me guess. You don't know anything about Star Wars, bro?
Barely.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
So, the dark side of
At
the Force. The Force is like life, right? It is like what all living things have access to. At least from the way I understand it. It could be more convoluted and confusing now because lore. But
because lore.
There are two sides to the Force. Bum, bum, bum. One of them's red and one of them's blue. And we know the red is the bad guys. And they're called the Sith. And they tap into the Force with their anger and their hatred or the bad emotions.
Bad vibes.
That's what gives them the power through the Force. Mm-hmm. And the Jedi are good, like hope and love and confidence and being a good person and shit.
Right.
Now, usually both of these sides are always fighting because that's how it is in this universe of Star Wars. And they led to this giant war with clones and the Republic and all that shit and blah blah blah. It was like Anakin Skywalker became Darth Vader, Julian.
I knew that.
But all that shit aside, but the Force in and of itself knows that it has to be equal. Okay. So everyone, even the Jedi and Sith, they're all pawns in the Force's game of controlling the equilibrium. No one side can be more powerful than the other side before the Force equals it out. Right, dude? It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
It's
I
basically
just don't care about Star Wars. Sorry, point blank.
Dude, you know what? Listen, at the end of the day.
At the end of the day? At the end of
point blank period. That's on cis.
Are you going frat boy?
That's on T. Yeah, no. At the end of the day, bro. Cha. At the end of the day, Luke Skywalker, if you really think about it, he's Jesus, bro.
Skywalker is Jesus.
Luke Skywalker is Jesus, bro. At the end of the day. I don't know. I'm sure there's a religious
cult somewhere.
Oh, well, no. There's definitely people who use Star Wars as a religion. That's a real thing.
Use Star Wars.
Yeah, people who believe they're Jedis, and it's the church of whatever. I don't know. It's a legitimate religion you can be.
Really?
I mean, anything could be your religion, honestly, if you think about it.
So
but
crazy.
no, some people, there are certain rules to follow if you want to be a Jedi, and if you follow those rules, you can call yourself a Jedi, and I think you get it on your driver's license or something. I don't know.
That's cool. If it's for fun and stuff, that's cool. But I don't like religion. It's spooky. Am I right?
Yeah. Religion can be spooky. I think religion can also empower people to do incredibly fucking insane things that they normally wouldn't be able to do, though. It all depends on what it's used for.
I always see on Facebook, the I'm been rescued from a cult stuff. I don't know why. It always comes up on my fucking page.
Oh, it's because you're incredibly angry about the abusive Christian upbringing that you had.
Absolutely not. That doesn't make any sense. Listen, that's creepy. Zuckerberg.
That's how it works, bro.
You better
They
tell
read your
me.
fucking brainwaves, dude. That reptilian fuck is up there in his, I don't know. How do you picture Zuckerberg at home? Probably under a heat lamp. Chewing on the bones of some barbecue that he just made. That shit was so funny. You know what's weird about super rich, powerful people?
What?
They're so easily memed. Do you think they do that on purpose?
Do you think they're oblivious to everything?
Well, no. Well, once you have enough money, your life is so altered that, of course, you view and see shit differently than everyone else does that isn't in the top 1%.
Well, yeah, I guess.
When you're waking up every day to your 3 maids giving you a blowjob and fucking breakfast, and you don't have to worry about bills, bro. Could you imagine how drastic your life would change if you didn't have to worry about bills?
I don't
how
know,
would you view, just being able to view the world differently from a scope of, I never have to ever worry about paying my bills. If I want something, I can point at it, and it is mine now. No matter how much it costs, because I'm a gajillionaire. Money is, you have so much money that it has no value to you anymore, right? That's how rich the 1% is. Well, I mean, unless you're following the TikTokers that talk about that, and then they say, well, it's actually the 1% of the 1%. It's like,
You
listen,
get those
dude.
guys?
No, but I know they're cringe.
Okay.
There's nothing more cringy to me than people on the bottom dick sucking people on the top.
Why?
Because it's like, that guy's not going to give you a birthday present, bro. like that guy's not going to see this and message you, bro. Like, that's not how it works. You want to be that person so bad that you'll defend them from, you know, the people saying, do more with your money, or you shouldn't have the majority of the country's wealth in your bank account, shit like that.
It's just like Keemstar.
Well, Keemstar is part of the
People are
1%,
like-
and that's why we're trying to
people
tear
are
him
like,
down,
if
brick
we
by brick.
talk about Keemstar, then some people, like, just some people.
That's my idea.
Right,
if we talk enough about Keemstar, eventually he'll notice
We've done that
us.
already.
Yeah.
15 times.
Yes. No, there'll never be a time where I can't make fun of Keemstar or defend Keemstar because we love him, and that's the meme.
Blech.
We love you, Keem.
I haven't been following anything on Trisha Paytas.
Rip. I'm trying to think of what I saw in the news last because that's the monster you've turned me into.
I just like watch a lot of H3 stuff and then Deaf Noodles, but I haven't watched Deaf Noodles today.
I've had to increase my intake on YouTuber drama because I don't understand half the shit you would talk about.
What the fuck?
Like, you like YouTubers I don't, like, that aren't in my normal stream, so I've had to, like, learn about them and shit, and now that's all that my algorithms are. Not really, but I haven't watched the new Shane Dawson thing. Is that his name, Shane Dawson?
I did watch it, and I'm sorry.
He did the pig shit with Jeffree Star. Was it good? Is it worth watching? Like, was it worth the hype? Everyone was like, "Oh my god, Shane Dawson's back." He fucked his cat
It was just
once.
stupid. It was really dumb. He didn't apologize for anything. He just,
What exactly is there to apologize for? And I mean that genuinely.
Like,
He didn't really fuck his cat.
there were.
And we've talked about this before.
Yes, I
but
know we have.
he didn't really fuck his cat. So
There's something that I am not aware of. That is like, I think, in a POC.
didn't he make jokes about a
Yeah.
kid? He made some edgy fucking baby fucker jokes.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
Ask
didn't play
Ethan
out too
Klein
well.
what it is. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one who has no fucking clue.
So
That's what
the
I'm saying,
moral
like-
of the fucking story is we have no clue.
Well, he got monumentally popular all of a sudden, right? Because he was just kind of like a YouTuber who was popping back in the day and then was coasting because, like, you know, he's a YouTuber or whatever. And then he
Yeah.
got huge because he started doing conspiracy episodes, and everyone loves a good conspiracy. And he was very good at the dramatic, like, you know, telling of conspiracy shit. And then he started doing something very smart, which was using his influence and new popularity to do interviews with people that weren't in the good light of the, you know, like of the community, I guess. Like Jake Paul and Tana Mojo right after the whole TanaCon thing.
Yeah.
And then his big one was with Jeffree Star, right?
Yeah,
And then
he did one
because
with
he was
Jeffree.
teaming up with Jeffree Star, and they both have kind of the same, like, weird energy that the internet obsesses over, I guess. Like, shit that they've done in the past. People just, like, built off of that. It's weird how the conspiracy guy got taken down by conspiracies. That's something to think about. That's something to fucking think about, bro.
True.
And that's how you know this shit's kicking in. So maybe we should start. I think this shit's been kicking in for,
Quite a bit.
yeah, quite a beat.
Let us know if you liked it, liked and enjoyed. Go into the description.
Yeah, we'll post our paintings
We'll post
on
the paint.
the medias, on the social medias. You guys know. You all follow it. We're bajillionaires.
I'll put it on the thumbnail.
Just like Shane Dawson.
And you'll be like, wow, that's...
That's epic.
I gotta listen to this shit.
Wow.
See how that happens.
This definitely wasn't trash. Look at this beautiful artwork. And then we'll sell it. We'll sell it for billions of dollars.
Billions of trillions
Yours
of
is
dollars.
yours is so good.